Nuevo, amigo. I walked downtown to shop for some clothes after my incredible cat adventure this morning. One store in particular caught my eye. The sign on the store read Silver Valley Menswear. As I opened the door and stepped inside, an old-fashioned bell attached to the top of the door rang out. This store is nice, I thought to myself as I surveyed the clothing selection. I decided to start shopping for jeans. Everyone is pretty casual here in Silver. A man walked up to me and said, "Bienvenido a Silver Valley Menswear," which means welcome to Silver Valley Menswear in Spanish. "Gracias," I responded. Then I said, "Necesito comprar ropa nueva." I need to buy new clothes. The man's face lit up when I replied in Spanish. Then I asked, "Tu hablas inglés?" Do you speak English? With a thick Spanish accent, he responded yes. Then he introduced himself as Pedro. "I have fun trying to find out if others speak Spanish," said Pedro. "Muy divertido," I replied. "Very fun." "It is a pleasure to meet you, Pedro," I said. "My name is Randy." I told him. "Mucho gusto," Pedro replied. "Nice to meet you," in Spanish. We both laughed. Pedro asked, "Are you new in town or just passing through?" "I am strongly considering putting down roots here," I replied. "It is such a wonderful town." "Yes, it is," Pedro replied. "Well, I'll let you get on with your shopping," said Pedro. "Please let me know if you need help finding anything in particular." When I finished my clothes shopping, I paid for everything. Pedro asked, "Do you have a few minutes?" "Sure," I replied. "Let's sit down over here at a table, if you don't mind, and I'll tell you about my family's history here in Silver," said Pedro. "That sounds great," I replied. We sat down, and Pedro began. "My family's roots date back to when the town didn't even have a name. My great-grandfather worked in the coal mines. He brought his wife and 3 children with him when he heard about the opportunity to work and provide for his family. At first, he was going to come here by himself, but his wonderful wife insisted that they stay together as a family. They had 2 young girls and a boy, hijos, in Spanish. They lived in tents, as did almost all of the workers and their families at that time. There were a few shacks that were built for the foreman to live in. There was also a food shanty where they could use some of their wages to buy basic foods and other necessities. It was always an exciting time when the train arrived. They would get fresh supplies and a variety of food, clothing, and other items they needed. Sometimes there would even be toys they could buy for the kids. It was certainly a struggle, but they made the most of it. Eventually, as the demand for coal stopped, there was a mass exodus of the workers and their families. However, great-grandfather and his family loved the area so much, it had just become the town of Bakersville and had grown enough that some houses were being built and a few stores were being established. That is when my great-grandfather had the idea of starting the men's clothing store. It was initially more of a variety store. A couple of generations later, when the town's name was changed to Silver, I took over the store, had it completely remodeled, and named it Silver Valley Menswear. My wife Sophia opened a boutique across the street shortly after I remodeled this store. Our family works together operating the 2 stores here in Silver. We have an adult daughter, Maria, and 2 adult boys, Diego and Marco. "Well, that is our story in a nutshell," said Pedro. "Someday, when you have lived here long enough, you will have your own story to tell." "I'm pretty sure I have a good start at that," I told him while laughing. "I'm the new photographer for the paper, Pedro. Wait until you get the paper tomorrow morning. It has been an interesting day to say the least. Keep in mind my first day at the Silver Herald." "I can't wait to see it," replied Pedro. "Hasta luego." "See you later" in Spanish, said Pedro. "Thanks for the help, Pedro. Hasta luego," I replied. I was so happy to make a new friend. I headed back to my apartment to put my new clothes away. Usually I don't enjoy clothes shopping, but this was a great experience, especially finding mi nuevo amigo.